So here's the thing. I've seen so many people referring to fighting game content as like something that's so abstract that no one can do it unless they're already like top of the game, right? They're already streaming or producing YouTube content and they've been doing it for years. And without being ahead of the curve, they act as if it's extremely difficult. Fighting game content creation is a lost art. There are so many forms of content creation that are either underutilized or that are well, there's some that are overutilized and some that are underutilized, right? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and explain a few types of fighting game content creation tools or types of content creation for fighting game players. We're gonna use this handy dandy notepad. I don't know if I have this big. Doesn't look big enough. Can you guys even see that I wrote on this currently? Like I've already wrote on this. How's that looking? Can you see it? It's blank, right? So for some reason, it's cutting off part of it. There we go. Forms of fighting game content. Let's shift that down. There we go. And then let's make it bigger. Oops. Yeah, let's make it way bigger. How do we make it bigger? Font. Yes. Yes, make it bigger. Yeah, we'll use Times New Roman. Seems like the right thing to do. 48. Perfect. You guys can read that now. Types of fighting game content creation. There's so many, right? Look, let's get the obvious ones out of the way, right? I don't know how to do a bulletin point, so we'll just go number 1. Tier list. Is that even working? That looks so weird, but it's right. Right, tier list, viability discussion, the one that is super overused. Everyone and their mother talks about the strength and weaknesses of fighting game characters. How good they are, how bad they are, where they stack up compared to other characters, if they need nerfs, if they need buffs, right? Whether it's a brand new game or less, I just use hyphens in place of bulletin. Bro, that's next level. Thanks, appreciate it. See, this is why I should pay you the big bucks. I'm not paying you at all. That's like the most common. That's one of the most common types of fighting game content creation, and it's very effective. If you look at the YouTube meta, people like top 10s. People like videos like that, where it's like, hey, this is a list of cool things. Hey, this is a list of the best movies that came out in 2021 or in 2020. People like things like that, right? So whenever you take that same energy and you roll it into something, imagine me being paid for anything true. You take that same energy and you roll it into something as niche as fighting games, you're gonna get a lot of eyes on it. I've done a few tier list videos and they're always my highest viewed videos when it comes to whatever game that I did a tier list for. I did one for Soul Calibur, I did 2 for Soul Calibur maybe, and I did 1 for Fantasy Strike using a lot of community resources. I talked to a lot of the better players in the game. They gave me their opinions on where the tiers were, and I created a tier list and I put it on YouTube, and it is my highest viewed YouTube video ever. A Fantasy Strike tier list video. And it's crazy because I rarely even play the game anymore. I don't think I've played it in a few months. Matter of fact, when you get back into it, I need to play it again sometime here. Right? Yeah, my hair gets wild. I just pulled it up like I'm Wolverine. The second one, the second type of fighting game content creation is ranked grinding. All of you Twitch streamers, I am just as guilty. Ranked grinding is the ultimate Twitch live streaming fighting game content creation, right? Everyone is grinding ranked, going for that top rank, shooting for super sick clips to jumble all together and post to YouTube, right? A player like Brian F is a great example of that. He grinds a whole lot of ranked and tournaments, right? But after that, he takes those tournament experiences or that ranked play for the day, he boils it down to the coolest matches, the hypest moments, puts it all together on screen, combined with his great personality, makes for great YouTube content as well. This is like probably the most common of all fighting content because this happens daily. Tier lists and viability discussion doesn't usually happen every single day, but it's probably some of the highest viewed content creation that you can do for fighting games, right? The more uncommon one. Match analysis. I think that match analysis is super slept on. I did some match analysis maybe a few weeks ago, and I plan on doing some match analysis for Celtic Throwdown, probably Thursday or Wednesday, depending on depending on when this guy wants to run a set. And if he doesn't want to run it today, then tomorrow or Wednesday, as I'm recording this, which is Tuesday. Match analysis. I think that a lot of games don't have players who will go to the links to learn enough about the game, or at least want to talk about the game in front of their stream, right? Or even record match analysis for YouTube and for Twitch. I think the Soul Calibur community does okay with it. I want to start doing it. Boom and Ramon do it, and I think they do amazing jobs at it. And that was the reason why I skipped out on doing NEC, is because Boom and Ramon both did NEC, and JJJ, one of the most informational commentators we had, was doing the commentary for the game. So there was so much that I don't really feel he missed. There wasn't very much that I thought he missed. So instead, we just didn't do match analysis for that, right? But I think match analysis is super sick. I think that more games could do match analysis. I think there's an audience for match analysis for every single game, right? There's always someone who wants to just grind the game and learn more about it and watches replays on a regular basis anyway, and could use a little extra insight. Match analysis is great. Now, what I mean by this is viewer games and pro player games, right? Viewer games is when you are playing with your viewers constantly, making your stream more engaging, or you are a player who is pretty competent at the game, who seeks out the best competition that you can to fight against on whatever platform you may be on, to play constantly, so that you can use that as a flow of traffic. Or hey, this guy's playing, say you're a Tekken player, this guy's playing Fighting GM today. Well, this guy's playing Jimmy J. This guy's playing Run It Black. Right? This guy's playing Anakin, right? Cuddle Core, right? So you look at something like that, and it's a nice way to bring in a crowd, and it's also a really nice way to get better as a player. Like, this is probably the best one when it comes to actually getting better at the game, whatever fighting game you're making content for. This is probably the best way to do it. It's just running through a lot of players, whether they're good or bad. You're doing a lot of games. You're just match and rematch, right? This is probably the one that I think players sleep on the most when it comes to actually getting better. Is like seeking out better opponents, even if you're going to lose, even if you don't do as well as you want to. This one's really, really good. Honorable mention for match analysis and pro player, like finding pro player games and viewer games. Honorable mention, Sajam does both of these things, and he's probably one of the biggest fighting game content creators we have currently, right? Here's one that I think needs to be done more. It might be harder, specifically because fighting games are getting less and less about the single player. Casual playthrough, right? So there are still going to be people out there that want to see someone play through the story mode of fighting games. That want to see through someone like run through the story mode or the arcade mode or trial modes of an arcade game. I mean, of a fighting game, right? Like casual playthrough or story mode run. Casual playthrough could be something along the lines of doing combo trials, right? The Unis combo trials, or the combo trials in the not Killer Instinct games, in the KOF games. I remember there was a while where people were really, really trying to get down the KOF combos because Terry made it into Smash. So it became a thing for all of these Smash players to say, you know what, I'm gonna do these KOF combo trials with whatever character they like in KOF. And I think that's a really cool way to do fighting game content. That is one of the ones that we don't see too often anymore. It's extremely rare. And these are just some of the few types of fighting game content that I could think of, like off the top of my head. I was thinking about it during work because people say that fighting game content is dead and that only the top level players or the top level content creators make content. There is 5-6 different forms of content creation right here. Right here. I do a few of them. I'll be quite honest, right? I do viability discussion from time to time. I don't really put it on YouTube, but on my streams, I talk about the viability of characters a lot. Ranked grinding, match analysis, viewer games, pro player games, right? I do all of those things. The only thing I don't really do is casual, playthrough / story mode. I said I was going to do that for Mortal Kombat 11, and then I never did. So, perfect example of being a lazy fighting game content creator. But don't be like me. Don't be a lazy fighting game content creator. Use some of these and make whatever kind of content that you feel is the best for your game, right? These can transcend just fighting games, but, I'm a fighting game guy. I really like to bolster the community with my content. I'm small, but whatever. We'll take that W. Right? We still have a few people watching every now and then. So take these, and if you want to create content, do it. Don't wait around for someone who is bigger to stop making content. Do these, make content, make the content you enjoy first and foremost, right? I see people grind rank, that happens to me, and you're just super fucking pissed, right? You'll be sitting at the highest viewer count you have ever, right? I had like 35 viewers last night, but I was going through it. I shouldn't do that to me. I should make the content that I enjoy, find something on this list you enjoy, find something else that maybe I can't think of off the top of my head that you enjoy to make when it comes to fighting game content. Post it in the comments down below on this YouTube video. And we'll see you guys in one of the streams maybe. Peace.